Okay, this is the setup of a CP5 water treatment at a 5,000 head capacity feedlot. You can see that this CP5 is kind of dirty, but it's been working here on this setup for several years. These are weatherproof. These work in all kinds of environments. Several of them are set up outside, and we always try to protect them as best we can by at least placing a bucket or a box or something over them to just help protect them. But as you can see, they don't have to be nice, neat, and pretty. And the flashing green light on the bottom means that it is working. You can see the setup there. Got all of our plug-ins in there. This is the power. This one, middle one. The middle one's for the coil, and the one here on the side is your sensor wire and your ground wire. And I'll go show you the setup on both of these real quick. For this one, it's plugged in just to a power source right there on the wall. So that's really simple. Some of these you have to cut off the end over there and splice it to either a battery for solar, or if you're at a motor well or something, you can just charge it. They'll power right off the battery. And then we got your ground wire comes out here, you can see, and it goes around and then out the well house and just onto, there's a ground rod on the outside there, and we just hose clamp. You strip the end and hose clamp the end to the ground rod. Pretty simple. And then for your sensor wire, they just go into this plug together. And I'll do more videos showing what those all look like. But it just goes together, and you just take it, and this is very important that you want it before the coil, which we will get to. But the sensor has to be sensing the water before the water goes through the coil. So here the water comes up out of the ground right there and runs there. You can see our sensor is touching metal right there, so it can sense the water, and it sends the signal back to the CP5 of what will need treated once it goes through the coil. It treats it once it goes through the coil, excuse me. So then here's our coil, and it's just right there wrapped around the pipe, and then the pipe goes out from the well house from there underground and tees off into several directions. And like I said, waters the office and over 5,000 head of cattle, and this treats the whole system. But your coil there, you want it nice and tight. Coil treats via an electromagnetic frequency, and you want your coil about 18 inches. The general rule of thumb is over a foot, but under 2 feet, so aim for 18 inches. And like I said, you can see that the sensor wire is sensing the water before the water would go through the coil. Very important. That is the simplest mistake to make, of putting the sensor wire somewhere behind the coil, and then the CP5 will not work correctly. If you have it set up like this, and your wires every once in a while might corrode and need replaced, or just restripped and reattached on there, that's something you just got to do. But other than that, they keep working for a very long time. So that's the setup here at a 5,000 head feedlot.